Hello everyone, welcome back. One of my followers had asked me to make a 3D logo like what you see on the screen, something he can reuse over and over. We'll make a macro. We can make the macro two different ways. A simple way where you use the settings in the inspector on a timeline to adjust it, or we can add some controls to it and maybe fancy it up a little bit. Well, we'll start in the media pool as always. Right click, new fusion composition. Give it up 5 seconds. You can name it if you'd like. You don't have to. I'm using this logo with text on it so I can show how to reverse the text so it's readable. Bring it down to your timeline and go to Fusion. I suggest when you make something like this to use the loader node to bring your picture in. So hit Shift Spacebar and type in loader. If it doesn't take you right to your folder, you'll have to navigate to it. Also, when you name these logos, they really should not have numbers in them, just a name. I have numbers on this one. I'm going to leave it there because I'm not going to keep this, but keep that in mind. Try to just name it. Don't use numbers because they don't work sometimes. I'm just going to mask this out by hand here. So we'll start out Shift Spacebar, click away right there, and S polygon. The picture I'm using is 450 by 450. Make sure your polygon node's selected. Make sure you close the loop and go up here and select Modify Only tool. That way you won't screw up your polyline. If you hold the control button down, you can move these handles one at a time. I do want to note, I use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed, so it's going to be in the way. And I use a sip and puff controller, so you may hear that throughout the tutorial. I edit up best I can, but I can't always get it. Okay, that looks good. Click away right about here. Go back to dual viewers. Shift Spacebar and extrude. Connect it together and put it in viewer 1 like I did. Select the extrude node. In the inspector, you'll see you have all the stuff you do for 3D text. Take the smoothing angle all the way to the right, and excursion subdivisions all the way to the right. And we'll set the depth at 0.08. Remember that number, it'll play a factor later a couple times. Then we'll grab a merge off the toolbar. And a render. Connect that into the media out and put it in viewer 2. With the render node selected, in the inspector under render type, change it from software to hardware. Now it'll render out a little bit faster. Grab your media that we brought in. Grab an image plane off the toolbar. Grab that into the merge. And select the image plane in the inspector under transform. Remember that number 0.08. Now we want to go 0.081. And there your logo should be right on. Put that merge in viewer 1 so you can see your logo. Looks good. Let's copy and paste both these. Select the bottom image plane, second one. In the inspector under transform. If you hold the control button down at the same time, you'll have more control. I am at minus 0.001. Select the merge, shift spacebar, transform 3D. Make sure it's connected. Let's add some chrome to this. Up on the left side, under effects, templates, fusion, shaders, pipe that into the green input of the extrude. You do not need a material merge downstream from the extrude. That looks pretty good. Under rotation, y-axis, right click, modify width, anim curves. You'll see it only rotates 180. Now while we're here, we're going to go ahead and correct this backward writing. Select your bottom media, your picture. On the toolbar, grab a 2D transform. In the inspector, you want to flip it horizontal. Now if you look, you see it. You can read it okay now. You can skip that step if you're not using anything with any text on it. If it's just a plain logo, it'll look the same on both sides. Now go back to the Transform 3D. When we modified with anim curve, we made this modifier up here. Select it. We're going to change the scale from 180 to 540. I like doing a macro with the controls, that way we can add this to it. Because when you stretch it out on a timeline, the longer you make it, the slower it rotates. Okay, we're going to fix that wobble. Go back to Tools. Pivot. You can see your anchor point is not right at dead center. This is another spot where that 0.08 comes in. We want to go half that. Under pivot, Z-axis, go 0.04. Now if you look at the pivot in viewer 1, it's right in the middle. It's a little large, so I'm gonna go back down and downsize it. .7. You'll be able to change the size anytime you want, though. Okay, we'll go ahead and make the macro. We do not want the media out. Let's rename this transform first. Controls. Highlight everything like that. I'm going to right click on the controls, that way my macro won't be in the way, in case I have to look at something in the inspector. Go to macro, create macro. Give it a name. Down here to controls. Select the X and the Y. Erase the X and put in horizontal. Erase the Y and put in vertical. Down to scale, select it and change scale to size. Go to the anim curves. If you're not sure which one you want, go to the inspector. Select modifiers. We want scale. Change the scale to rotation. Go up here to File. Save as group. It'll want to take it to macros, but don't go there. Go to Fusion. Templates. Edit. Titles. I have my own file made. If you need to make one, you can make it right here. Save it. Close out the macro. It'll take a second for Resolve to do its thing. Go to edit page. Go up here while you're under titles and type in what you called it. And there we have our logo. And if you click on it in the inspector, we have our controls. Size, left, right. It can all be animated more this way too. Now, if you stretch this, because you can stretch it, and we'll take it out twice as long to 10 seconds. Now you'll see it'll rotate twice as slow. So if you click on it, we'll just double this 540 on the rotation, about 1080. And I get the same rotation. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.